KX News, putting North Dakota first.
And welcome back. For more than 2 years, KX News has been sharing stories of those recovering from addiction with our series Road to Recovery. And KX News is proud to support Recovery Reinvented and their efforts to reduce the shame and the stigma that often go hand in hand with addiction. So in today's KX Conversation, we are joined by one of the keynote speakers for this year's in-person and virtual Recovery Reinvented event. That will take place October 25th. So Jonathan Holth joins us now. Jonathan is the co-owner of 4 restaurants in North Dakota, as well as working full-time as the Community and Client Development Manager for JLG Architects. And Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, when you speak next week during this event here, what do you hope people will walk away with?
Well, I think the main thing that I hope people walk away with is some hope. As a person in long-term recovery myself, hopefully sharing my story and seeing what can happen when people find recovery is something that people can latch onto. There's going to be a number of great speakers throughout the day, great stories of people at all different stages of their recovery. So I hope people can see that there is hope and recovery is possible.
A message that so many, I'm sure, will be able to relate to. And as someone, as you mentioned, recovering from addiction, and as a community leader and business owner, what exactly is your message to business owners about being a recovery-friendly workplace?
Yeah, great question. It's something that I think if we think about the workplace, oftentimes people spend more time with their coworkers and at work than they do with their families. So I think employers and coworkers can play a critical role in helping people find recovery. I think it starts with having open and honest conversations about the services that you might provide as an employer, and also helping people overcome barriers that might prevent them from going to treatment. A lot of times people know that they need help, but they don't get help because they fear that they're going to lose their job or they're going to have financial setbacks. So I think, as an employer, showing people that you are willing to help them get better is a huge first step.
It takes a village, right? And why should people take part in next week's Recovery Reinvented event, whether you struggle with addiction yourself or know somebody?
Yeah, this event is really unique. There's no event anywhere in the country like this one. So, kudos to Governor Burgum and First Lady Catherine Burgum for putting on this annual event. There are stories and resources to help people better understand this and to facilitate meaningful conversations around the topics of addiction and recovery. And you'll be able to take something away from all different parts of the day. So, you can register online at recoveryreinvented.com and you can attend either in person or virtually. But it's really, as someone who's attended the event a bunch of times before, I can tell you that you walk away inspired and with hope for the future.
Very much worthwhile, absolutely. Thank you, Jonathan, so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.